6:30 p.m.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Keisha Murray Charles.
And I'm Carrie Roberts. Welcome to TTT News. In our first story tonight, in 2022, Tobago's economy declined. This, according to THA Minority Leader Kelvon Morris, during his contribution to budget debate in the Tobago House of Assembly on Thursday. Mr. Morris said the Chief Secretary withheld the alarming data in his budget delivery.
Tobago's economy declined by 2%. Construction and quarrying declined by a mammoth 34.7%. Finance and real estate declined by 5.1%. And the agricultural sector declined by 9.5%, whilst the manufacturing sector declined by an alarming 16.2%. Deputy Presiding Officer, the Chief Secretary in his delivery of the budget presentation on Monday refused and or neglected to present the data I just mentioned above.
Mr. Morris described Monday's budget presentation as a fairy tale, as he noted the THA had additional resources to care for Tobago's economy.
What is even more alarming is that this administration had an increase in allocation of over $300 million in fiscal 2021. This, as far as I can recall, has been the highest allocation of any Tobago House of Assembly administration. Yet, on the watch of this Chief Secretary and Secretary of Finance, we had declining.
The minority leader also accused the THA administration of political victimization and the abandonment of several projects on the island. Mr. Morris said instead of fighting for Tobago, the executive has been fighting against Tobagonians.
And Muslims worldwide today celebrated Eid-ul-Adha. They commemorate the 4-day feast by ritually slaughtering livestock and distributing the meat among family, friends, and the poor. Nigel Alexander visited the farm of President of the Trinidad Unified Farmers Association, Shiraz Khan, as he observes Eid-ul-Adha each year. Mahalia Joseph Wharton has more.
On Eid-ul-Adha, Muslims commemorate Prophet Ibrahim's devotion to Allah and his readiness to sacrifice his son Ishmael. Before he could carry out the sacrifice, God provided a ram as an offering. To remember his sacrifice, the act of Qurbani is carried out following the Eid Salah or prayers, which are performed in congregation at the nearest mosque. President of the Trinidad Unified Farmers Association, Shiraz Khan, has been observing Eid-ul-Adha for as long as he can remember.
The best thing to do is to be in Saudi Arabia to perform the pilgrimage, the Hajj. But because everybody can't go there and some of us can't afford it, the next best thing to do is fast in the first 9 days of Dhul-Hijjah and perform the sacrifice of the animal. So that is what we are here today, celebrating Ibrahim alayhi salam command to slaughter that which he loved most, which was his son. But instead of slaughtering the son, he slaughtered a sheep.
He explained why Eid-ul-Adha is so significant to all Muslims.
When you slaughter the animal, you're slaughtering all your problems and looking for betterment for everybody and the whole country as a whole, the whole world.
He said doing this purifies them.
We cannot cut our nails, we cannot cut our hair and all of that. So it's a sacrifice. And this sacrifice is not like, you have to put money out. It's just a personal thing. And some of us will fast for 9 days, some will fast for 2 days, some will fast for 3 days. But we do the best we could.
The meat from the sacrificed animal is divided into 3 parts. The family retains 1/3 of the share, another third is given to relatives, friends and neighbors, and the remaining third is given to the poor and needy. Mahalia Joseph Wharton, TTT News.
First Citizens Bank has been praised by Finance Minister Colm Imbert for its growth in the banking industry, especially in the last decade. Sunalala reports.
Finance Minister Colm Imbert has lauded First Citizens Bank for its consistent growth and profitability, the latest being $734 million after taxation for fiscal 2022.
I think within the first few years of FCB, back in the 90s, I think the bank made a profit of $20 million. And that was hailed as a fantastic achievement because remember, this was 3 failed banks that somehow 2 years later made a profit of $20 million. Now, 30 years later,